Don't be mad at Caitlin Clark. She's getting $28 million. Don't they want sisters to get paid, or they don't want a white girl to get paid first? I think that's what it is.
Definitely what it is.
Since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes.
In the world of sports, where talent and hard work are paramount, there's something else that often stirs the pot: endorsements. Recently, Caitlin Clark's groundbreaking deal with Adidas has sent shockwaves through not just the WNBA, but the entire basketball landscape. But as the young superstar basks in her newfound spotlight, not everyone is celebrating. Some whispers suggest that two WNBA legends, A'ja Wilson and Sheryl Swoopes, may feel a little overshadowed. Is there jealousy brewing in the world of women's basketball? Or is this simply a new era where young stars are rising to claim their share of the spotlight?
Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
It's Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Reebok, whoever said, because she sell our shoe. Because we sell our shoe. Because when you sit there and say, Caitlin Clark got $28 million, first of all, that equals $3.5 million a year if you do the division.
Yeah.
Ever since, Angel Reese had that injury, to me, and also coming off of Olympic break, Caitlin Clark separated herself. Yeah. She should have been unanimous. Now to celebrate her, one thing that people forget is as a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists.
When you deal with corporate America, it is no feelings involved. It is purely business. And a lot of people get emotional over race, over how good you are, over if this person's a better basketball player, football player, rapper, singer, whatever. It is all about business for corporations in corporate America. And it's all about, can you sell their product?
Clark's signing with Adidas was no ordinary endorsement. It was a monumental moment for women's sports. Adidas didn't just make her the face of a product, they handed her a seat at the table, signaling that they are betting on Clark to become the future face of the WNBA, and perhaps women's sports as a whole. This isn't just another basketball shoes review moment, it's a full-blown changing of the guard in sports marketing. And with that, we enter a territory fraught with competition and, inevitably, some tension. A'ja Wilson, a reigning WNBA, she was the face of several high-profile campaigns, including partnerships with Nike and Gatorade. Her charismatic personality and hard-earned accomplishments have made her a household name.
I want A'ja Wilson to have a shoe and every black young lady to have a shoe. But she's marketable, and I'm not saying you young ladies aren't.
You said A'ja who?
A'ja Wilson.
A'ja Wilson.
So from the Aces?
Yes.
That's what everybody's mad
Oh
about
my
because she
goodness.
doesn't have a
Yeah,
sneaker.
that does make sense.
Right. So I'm not saying she's not marketable, but people are up in a frenzy, and nobody was paying attention when I was talking about this during the NCAA tournament, not the sneaker part.
Conversations with people in the know, it indeed has something to do with the WNBA MVP and Nike athlete, A'ja Wilson.
He reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the 3rd time.
Going at Boston and rolls it in.
This is going to be a good matchup. Mercedes and A'ja. Wilson on. Russell hits that.
She said, bring it home.
Fall and get back up again. To show that when you stand for something, it will stand forever. Gatorade.
Wilson's brand has always been strong, especially in the WNBA circle. She was viewed as the one who would carry the league's future in play. However, Wilson's media presence has been slightly overshadowed by the buzz surrounding Caitlin Clark's rise to stardom, especially after Clark's Adidas deal. Then we have Sheryl Swoopes, one of the original icons of women's basketball. Swoopes was the Michael Jordan of the WNBA, often regarded as the pioneer who helped put the league on the map. She was also the first women's basketball player to have her own signature shoe, the Nike Air Swoopes. During her era, Swoops had endorsements that most WNBA players could only dream of, setting the stage for future stars to build on her legacy.
Weaving through traffic, through 3 players, 4, all the way in, dishes off to Coop for the bucket. Oh my goodness.
These got worn a little bit. Well, it's not that they're really falling apart, it's just that I just hoop so hard. Can you read that? Swoops. So when you're up here and people are down there, they can still see your name.
But the landscape of the WNBA has shifted dramatically since Swoops' heyday. Endorsements are bigger, the money is greater, and players are seen as brands unto themselves. Caitlin Clark's deal with Adidas has reignited the conversation about endorsements in women's basketball. Some say it's great for the growth of the game, while others wonder if it's overshadowing the accomplishments of players like A'ja Wilson and diminishing the legacy of Sheryl Swoops. The real question is, could there be some jealousy at play? A'ja Wilson has always carried herself with grace and poise, but even she has commented in interviews about the pressure of staying relevant in today's endorsement-driven era. It's not far-fetched to think that seeing a younger player like Clark, who hasn't even hit her WNBA peak, land such a lucrative deal could spark competitive feelings. After all, we've seen this before in men's sports. Think back to how established players reacted when newcomers like Zion Williamson and Ja Morant began landing major deals right out of the gate.
Here he comes the other way. There's your first James Jam of his career. Whoa.
Should your scenario take place, Jason, and it steadily declines, I wonder, this actually needs to be studied. What other sports league has diminishing ratings as you get closer to the championship? That would actually embolden the argument that there's a certain guard that now plays in Indiana truly should be the logo of that league.
It doesn't make any sense at all. And playing the politics where, oh, we need to release A'ja's shoe first. Well, no, it's not Caitlin's fault that you haven't done anything for A'ja yet. And maybe think about, why haven't you released something for A'ja yet? Is it because you're not sure how it will sell? And if that's the truth, like, that's just business. Why are we coddling these women? You wouldn't see this on the men's side. If a brand thinks they're gonna sell shoes with a player, they're gonna release some stuff. They're not gonna be like, oh, well, so-and-so has been playing in the league a little bit longer, so I'm gonna make sure I get theirs out first, then we'll push Caitlin's 2 seasons. They're saying now that we might not get a signature shoe from Caitlin until 2026 or 2027.
So what does this all mean for the future of the WNBA? Well, for one, it means that the endorsement game has officially reached a new level. Companies like Adidas, Nike, and others are now looking at Caitlin Clark's ability to draw attention from not just basketball fans, but also casual viewers, means that she will likely become the face of various basketball-related niches, ranging from basketball training programs to basketball equipment and gear lines, which traditionally haven't focused much on female athletes.
Now let's talk about regular season viewership, not draft viewership. Regular season viewership, it grew by 20% in 2023. It's grown by 180% now, which means it would take another 5 or 6 years to do what Caitlin Clark has done.
It was really great to partner with Shoot Away and be able to give a machine back to Dowling. This is a place that's very special to me, very special to my family. The gun is really easy to use, and that's what I love about it. You only need one person to come in and get a lot of shots up. You can assemble it by yourself, raise it up by yourself. You can go in, get your shots up in a quick amount of time and really get better at your game.
And legends like Sheryl Swoops. Watching a new face receive such a massive deal could feel like a slight to their own contributions. But the focus is increasingly shifting to players like Clark, who bring in younger, more diverse audiences.
And the current president of the WNBA Players Association, Nneka Ogwumike. A 2-time MVP, 9-time All-WNBA selection, and 2016 Finals MVP, Candace Parker.
Rebound, offensive board, and the putback by Lisa Leslie. She's the face of the WNBA, and for good reason. Triple-double in WNBA history, man. First ever. Rosati's waiting for it, gets the Swoops. Down low, Valdemoro.
puts up a hook shot and scores! That's it! Tina Thompson buys it along the baseline. Detroit throws it away. Stolen by Swoops. Touch pass.
It's not just about who plays better on the court anymore. It's about who can capture the cultural zeitgeist. Play Caitlin Clark, there's bound to be a shift in focus, and that's where potential feelings of being overlooked may creep in. In men's basketball, we've seen this happen time and again. Established stars see young upstarts gaining more attention and more lucrative deals, and tensions arise. From NBA highlights showcasing Zion Williamson's explosive debut to NBA draft analysis declaring new prospects the next big thing, the narrative can quickly shift. The same is happening now in the WNBA.
And they put out signature Caitlin Clark balls and other merch that literally sold out within minutes of them going live. The hype that Caitlin Clark had going into this season, we will not see that again. She came off of playing in a national championship game that had over 20 million people tuned into that game, then going straight into the draft, and then going straight into the WNBA and breaking an insane amount of records.
Another interesting layer to this story is how these endorsements impact the way we view the WNBA as a whole. As fans engage in basketball betting and fantasy basketball, the focus tends to gravitate toward the players with the most buzz around them. Right now, that's Caitlin Clark. But will that continue? Or will A'ja Wilson fight back to reclaim her position as the face of the league? And how will Sheryl Swoopes' legacy be preserved in this new era, where endorsements drive so much of the narrative? The real question is, can these players coexist in the same marketing space? Or will the focus on Clark create resentment among her peers and predecessors?
Gatorade's legal?
I mean, they pay me. They Pepsi. This a Pepsi product. I can drink this one. Pepsi. Pepsi. What? They a Pepsi product. Pay my bills.
Michael, since we handed off in the middle of your question, why don't you ask your question again to these ladies?
I have no issues with Caitlin. Her breaking the record, I think obviously is a tremendous accomplishment. Although, we could get into that discussion also.
Come on, if you're racist and you know it, clap your hands.
Because there was a big debate on Lynette Woodard having the actual record.
In the end, Clark's Adidas deal is a game changer, and there is no telling where this can lead for future money raking in down the line. They will benefit from strategically aligning their strategy to Caitlin Clark next season. Check out this video here. We'll see you there.